Welcome to Computer Pile. Whether it's your latest tech, pet gear, or gaming must-haves, or more, we have you covered with honest reviews that you can trust. And if you want to find the best products, follow us now. Hello there, Amazon. It is Antoine from Computer Pile, and we are here with another power deal. You know what that means? We got our Blue Yetis, and we have some discount or promo codes for you doing this live. If you're there, I see quite a few people watching us today. Say hi to me in the chat. If you're on other social medias, come on over here to amazon.com/shop/CPI. We will love to have you here. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to highlight this first item that's on sale right now that you can get a crazy deal. I'm going to flash this screen here. Take a look at this, and there's a promo code on it. I want you to write down. Here it is. All right, so here's the sale right here. Actually, let me see if I can put my picture up here at the same time. Nope, I can't. All right, yeah, so here's the huge sale. Guys, this is a USB power station where you can charge up 8 devices at once. And this thing will get you down to $18.99 with this promo code of P8WL3A59. Somebody type that in the chat for me. Let me see if I can do it here. Let's see. I'm going to try to type that down for you. Oh, actually, there it is. I can do it. Okay, where did that go? I want to put that back over there. Okay, that worked good. All right, here we go, guys. It's P8WL3A59. All right, so since I put it in the chat, I'm going to come back here. All right, so I'm going to show you this device here, and this code only works with the black one. So here it is right here, guys. I have it highlighted in the carousel. It is a smart fast charger. I mean, let me tell you, this thing charges up your devices very quickly. I know my phone is always dying and I need to charge it up. So the only thing it comes with, let me show it to you really quick, is you get the power cord, of course, and that's the color of the device. It's going to be black. And then here's the device here. Let me show it to you. There it is right there. It's a 200 watt. Look at there. So right there, that's where you plug it in. And then right there, those are all the ports. Look at there. Now, they have different wattages based on where you have it plugged in here. So your fast charging ones are going to be these guys right here at the top. Those are your USB-Cs. And then you have 4 USB-As right now. And then you have these little feet here where you can lay it on the side or sit it up, or that way, sit it up to charge a device. Really good. We have 2 of them. This is the black one. This is the one where the promo code will work. It will not work with the white one. So let me pull this up here. Oh, I didn't even share my screen here. So let me do that. Let me share the screen. I want this guy. I want that guy. Here we go. So we're going to share the screen. We're going to add them to the stage. There we go. So right here, it's the black one right here. So the promo code only works with the black one. It's normally $48.99. It's on sale for $37.99. But with the promo code, you get it for $18.99. Let me show it again here. There it is right there. It's 55% off. Guys, this is really nice. Who does not need a charging station? I'm telling you, this thing is so nice. And I coupled this with my Blue Yetis back here. I'll show that to you here. But I have the white one too. Let me show it to you. I have two of them. So this is the black one. And here's the white one. I don't know why the promo code won't work for both of them. I actually contacted a company. It only works for the black one. I'm like, all right, it's your product. But there you go. Look, it's the exact same thing. Only thing different is the color. So I don't know why the promo code only works for the black one, but you heard it from me. What color does it work for? It only works with the black one. So let me see here. All right. All right. Anybody there? Icy is in there saying, what's up there, Icy? So guys, those are the USB charging station. Really nice, 200 watts of power. You're going to want to get that while it's hot. That is a great deal. We're going to go to, since we're talking about our charging station, let me show you what I've been using here. This is a cool little device here, right here. It's called a mini portable charger. It's 10,000 milliamps. And it has two USB-Cs. Let me see here. Let me grab it here. There. Okay, where it is here. Yeah, it has two USB-Cs and one USB-A's here. It is on sale, and they are selling fast. This is what Amazon highlighted as deals selling fast. Yeah, they're all. I use this all the time. I have an older Samsung that man, I'm telling you, that thing loses battery by noon. But I don't worry because I got this little device here, and it's so nice here. Look at there. Let me show you some of the features that I really like about this thing. One, it's small. It fits in your pocket. You can carry it anywhere, fits in your hand. But I love this little, you know, the handle. This handle, guys, is the USB cable. So when you're like always looking for a USB cable, no. So right here, now this is a USB-C cable. So look, you just pull it right out here. Watch this. You just pull it right out, flip it over, and pull it right out. And there you go. There's your cable. So, and then you have right here, you have two USB-Cs and one USB-A right there. You have a beautiful display here that tells you how much percent of the battery. I keep mine charged up because I'm always going to need it. Right now, my phone's at 58%. Well, let's charge it up right now. So I'm just going to plug it into a USB-C here. Watch this. I'm going to have it hanging here. And then I'm going to plug my phone in here. There it is. And then on my phone, it's charging. Right now on my phone, you can see, I don't know if you can see there, but now my phone is charging. So man, this is really nice. And I'm just going to let it charge there. But this thing is selling really fast. It is 32% off right now. I mean, this is just dynamite. So any questions there, guys? Anybody have any questions there? So look at there, it's 45 watt full speed charging. It'll do your iPhones, your Samsung. I have a Samsung here. Icy says, look, really nice. Thank you, Icy. Yeah, it is really nice. And look at that cable. I love that cable. And that's what I do to charge it up. Because, you know, these cell phones, and they got different colors, guys. Look at here. I got the black one here. What other colors? They got blue. Let's go here and click on the colors here. There's light blue. Look at there. Then there's light green. There's light pink. There's light purple. And then there's light white. So really, really nice. Guys, check that out. It, like they say here, it is deals selling fast. Now, Amazon can pull these deals back whenever they get ready. So look, there's over 1,800 people that left a review, and it's holding at a 4.5. That tells me a lot. That means this thing is really good. And I know it's good because I have one. This thing is really nice, guys. Now, I'm going to put the cable back on it here. So look, you just slide it in there. Whoop. Look at that. You can't beat this. I love this thing. Every time I need a house, I got to grab this because my cell phone will lose power. I know it's going to lose power. So there you go. So that is there. I'm going to have to, my phone is cutting off on me. Give me 1 second here. This thing keeps cutting off here. iPhones. I'm an Android guy. I don't know why I'm streaming on this iPhone here today, but let me see here. Screen time. Is that the one I want? Display brightness. Here we go. Auto lock. I'm just going to set it for never. There we go. All right, we're rolling now. All right, guys, we are back in business here. So our next item we're going to talk about, we're going to go ahead and jump into our Blue Yeti items. Our first one here is the Elite 10. That's this guy right here. This is their newest model. The Elite 10. This thing is under 4 pounds. It is 200 watts of power. Now, what makes this thing really nice, one, it's small. It fits in the palm of your hand. It's new. It's the newest technology here. Look at the handle there, how I can just take it. It's 3-point-something pounds. Matter of fact, let's pull it up. Let's get the exact weight of this here. So here it is right here. I'm thinking it's 3.8. It says 4 pounds. All right, it says 4 pounds. So it's 4 pounds, and it works so nicely here. Let me show it to you here. Basically, you push the power button on. I'm at 97%. It gives you the input, the output. So just like all the bigger models, this thing has everything as well. You have your DC output, which is 12 volts here. You have 4 USBs here. You have 2 USB A's and 2 USB C's, one of them being 100 watt USB C. And the other one is a 15 watt USB. So that's going to give you ample power. And also on the side, you have 1 AC output here. So you can plug a device that takes your regular output plug and just plug it right in there. It could even be a 3-prong. And then this is your AC input where you use to charge up the unit. And then at the bottom, you have non-skid feet, which you're going to see that with all of these units here. But here's the cool thing about this guy is right here on the side, you have your DC input. This is where you have to charge this system up, this unit up via solar panel. So when you think about these power stations are nothing more than it stores the power and then lets you use it. So it's just a battery, but it has features where you can charge it up via solar panel. You can connect at least 5 devices here, 4 USBs, well, 6, 4 USBs, a DC output, and then an AC output. So that's 6 from this little unit, and it's 200 watts. It's 4 pounds. Really nice. Look at the little handle there. So really nice. Also, there's another benefit of getting this thing, and it comes in multiple colors. We'll talk about it. But guys, every purchase in the box, it comes with a mystery card. And this mystery card allows you to see if you won a gift, the prize for that month. So they do it monthly and they do it quarterly, every 3 months. And then there's a grand prize. So every purchase has this mystery card in it. And you every month go and check to see if you won. So if you didn't win this month, you keep checking, you may win. So remember, every purchase comes with that. Now let's pull up the product page very quickly here. You see the different colors it comes in. It comes in the gray one. That's the one that I have. Meadow green. And then they're selling it with some solar panels here, 60-watt solar panel. Really nice. You're going to want to think about getting solar panels to recharge up that unit there. So nice. So any questions on that, guys? I'd like to ask you, are there any questions there? Really great to take with you anywhere. I mean, this thing will pack really well. Well, I mean, 4 pounds, they're saying. I saw some material was at 3.8 or 3.9. They just rounded it up to 4, which is a good idea. So, guys, really, oh, I forgot to mention the light in the back. Oh, my goodness. What am I doing? So, guys, as I was doing the 360, I showed you the front of it. I showed you the buttons and talked about everything, but I didn't even give you the back of it. The back is really cool because it has a light. Now, to get that light to function, the unit needs to be on, and the DC section, well, no, actually it doesn't. Okay, here we go. Long as the unit is on, the unit is on. So we're going to come here to the back, and then you just push the button. It cuts the light on. So now you got a flashlight with you already built into the unit. Now, if you push it again, it switches to that amber light. Push it one more time. Now you have a SOS. You could set this guy down in the street, hold it up, say, hey, I need some help there. And then if you just hold it down, it cuts the light off. That is a lot of feature for this product here. This is the Elite 10, the new product launched about a month ago. You get a chance to win. Really good deal. $149 right now it's showing. So check that out. Now our next unit, so that's 200 watts. Remember that. Our next unit we're going to talk about, let's see here. What is the 200 one? Let me see. That's there. Okay, where's my other one here? Okay, yeah. Okay, we're going to go with the AC2A. Yeah, that guy's been selling really good. I just highlight our next unit, which is the one right under it. Let me pull up the product page. Well, actually, I'll just show it to you here. This is the AC2A, guys. This is 300 watts. So we moved up a little bit. Now you can see it looks a little bit different. All my handprints there. I'm going to cut it on. Same display. Now, what I forgot to mention is all of these, you can connect to it using the mobile app. Let me show you that, the mobile app. I'm going to show you the mobile app, the Blue Yeti mobile app. There it is right there. Oh, man, you can't see because of that light. So there it is. There's the mobile app. I wonder if I could cast that to the screen. I better not cause any trouble. But there's the Blue Yeti mobile app where you can access all of these. This is very lightweight. Let's pull it up and see what the weight of this guy is. I think it's, let's see here. I'm not going to guess. I'll tell you. All right, this was 10 pounds. So this is 10 pounds, still real lightweight. So we got our DC input. This is what you use to charge up the unit with your solar panel. You have your DC output, like your old car cigarette lighter. And then you have your DCs here, your USBs. You got 2 USB-As and 1 USB-C 100 watt. And then you have these buttons here to cut the different sections on. And then you have 2 AC outputs right here, totaling 300 watts of power. Then here on the side, you have your AC input. This is when it's connected to the grid and charging. And then you have your grounding screw here. So then you have, look at it, you can kind of see in the unit, you have your holes there to vent the unit. There's nothing at the back. We're coming around the side. And then our non-skid pads there. And then on the top, nothing on the top. Has a nice handle. Really nice. So let's pull it up and let's just do a quick look at the page here. But these things have been selling really good. This is a great unit. Any of these units are going to be great. But look at here, it says 7.9 pounds, but on the product page here, you can see it says 10 pounds. And that's the same thing with that Elite 10. It's actually 3.9, 3.8. So they just rounded it up here under the item weight there. But even on the product page, you can see here, they're saying 7.9, not 10 pounds. So that's something to note. Yeah, I can tell you it's really light here. I don't think this is 10 pounds. So really nice. See, this is why it's good to have, this thing in your hand when you're doing it. Now, let's look at some of the use cases that it says here. If you have a slow cooker that's 200 watts, remember the unit's 300 watt, you can cook it for 0.8 hours. How long is that? If you had a laptop, it'll keep your laptop going for 2.2 hours. Your cell phone, you can charge it up at 7.8 times. And if you have a projector, so those are just some projections there. 6-in-1, look at here. You get 2 AC outputs, 1 C-type, 1 cigarette lighter, and 2 USBs. So you get a 6-in-1 there. And look at, it has an auto off full charge feature to protect your battery. These are the ways that you can charge it up. Look at their AC charging. That's connected to the grid. Your PV charging, that's your solar panel. Or you can do a combination of both. Or if you have a generator, those are really cool. And then a car charging. Wow. So you are really covered on what you can do with this unit. So that charging is actually going to be for all of those. They work that same way. But really good, 7.9 pounds, really nice. This is the AC2A, 300 watts of power. Now we did that. Now we're about to move it up now. We're going to look at one of the first units that I've ever got here. This is the EB3A. Where are you? Okay, he's way down there. Why are you way down there? All right, here we go. He's way down there. Here's the EB3A. This EB3A is 600 watts. This is actually 600 watts of power. Now, this one is showing if you're a prime at 209, so that's a great deal. This is 600 watts. Now, this one is really cool. I'm a little partial to it because it was my first portable power station. And I really like this. And this has a special feature that the other units don't have. And I'll tell you. So right here, it's got a beautiful display, just like the other one. No different. It gives you a lot of information. The input, the output, the percentage of the battery, and it tries to estimate a time based on the load on the system. So you have 3 USBs here. You have 1 USB-C 100 watt, and then you have 2 USB-A's right here. And then you have your DC output, your old car cigarette lighter. Then you have some 12-volt connectors right under there. Really cool. And then you have 2 AC outputs. And then you have your AC input in the front. Everything on this unit is in the front. That's what I really like about it. There's nothing on the back of it. And then you have your DC input. That is used to charge the station up using solar panel. Then you have your circuit breaker there. And then these buttons that control the different section. Now, hey, you say, hey, Guy, what about this? Yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. This is a light that's built in, a flashlight. So you got to make sure you just push the button and it cuts the light on. Let me get the light off of you. And then you push it again. It got brighter. I don't know if you could tell. And then now it functions as a SOS as well. Man, this is really, really nice. If somebody like that, put power in the stream. Put power, type power in the comments. All right. Now, I'm going to give you a 360 view of this. Somebody put power in the chat. Let me know you're there. So we're coming around. We have holes here to vent the unit. Nothing on the back, so you can really push it up against things. Coming on around, there's the hole nails at the top, so it really creates a nice flow there. And then right here on the top, we got there right there on the top, guys. There is a wireless charger right there on the top, and then you have the hideaway handle. Look at there, right there. Why is that wireless charger important? Because that frees up an AC output or a USB. So now let's count the different ways that we can output power to devices. We have one, the wireless charger, which my phone and tablet do. I can do 2 USB-A's, 1 USB-C. Now we're up to 4. Then we have a DC output, car cigarette lighter, that's 5. And then we have these DC connectors, that's 6. And then we have 2 AC outputs, that's 8. So that's about 8 ways that we can output power to this unit. And then, of course, it has the non-skid pads at the bottom. This is the AC2A, guys. This thing is really, really nice. And it's 600 watts of power. Now we're getting up into the bigger units. We're moving up. As you can see, we're stepping up each unit that we go to. All right, let's pull up its product page. Let me close some of these other ones here because I got a lot of them open here. All right, here we go. There it is right there. See, it's showing 209 if you are a Prime member. We're going to pull it up here. There it is, 600 watt. It's also functioned as a surge. I forgot to mention this. I'm glad I pulled this up. Guys, all of these function. Let me get bigger here. Look like I'm in a box here. All of these units function as a uninterruptible power supply. What does that mean? That means when the battery is connected to the grid via the AC, the cord, that means you're using power from the grid. If the grid goes down, it automatically switches in milliseconds to the battery power. That means the device that you have plugged into the unit will not go down at all. Wow. And then it also functions as a surge protector. So this is a no-brainer to me. I got so many of these units. I got the big boys at the bottom. We're not even pulling those out. I need to start doing, why don't I do streams on the big boys? Because it takes a lot to set up. I'm not going to lie. Those things are huge. I do have them in the carousel. I'll show you the product page, but it takes a lot. We see Noodles in the house. Thank you, Noodles, for joining. Guys, make sure you are clicking on the carousel, looking at the carts. Share this out. While we're doing that, I'm going to show you our little jingle that we've created. Let me know if you like this.
Simply the best, better than all the rest. Computer
Yeah. You did a yeah after that. But that was it. So, guys, that is the EB3A, 600 watts of power. Now, we're going to move to our next unit. We are stepping it up as we go. Let me see here. Where are you? Okay, there we go. All right, our next unit is the EB. No, not the EB. I'm stuck on the EB. Is the Elite 30 V2. All right, where's that guy at? Okay, he's right here. Here we go. Here's this guy go. Now, let me see what the weight on this guy is. The weight on this guy is under 10 pounds. It says 9.5 pounds. So this is the Elite 30, and it's 600 watts of power. Now, so we have a great display. I'll cut it on. You can see my percentages are very high. I keep these guys charged up. just like, I mean, this is just like this other one. Look, there's your DC input. That's where you charge it up for solar panel. You have your DC output, your old car cigarette lighter. And then you have these 12-volt, 8-amp connectors right there that you can connect something to. You on this unit, you have 4 USBs, 2 USB-Cs. One of them is 140 watts, and the other one is 100 watt. And then you have 2 USB-As right there. And then you have 2 AC outputs right there that will really take a lot of power, whatever you throw at it, at 600 watts of power. That is a lot of power. Then we come down to the side here. We see that it has your AC input. That's where you charge it up. And then we have our grounding screw. We have holes here to vent the unit. Coming around the back, there's nothing there. There's more holes to vent. And then there's our non-skid at the top here. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this guy right here. And I have a desk fan. I am going to set this guy here. Remember, this guy's 600 watts too. So we got the 2 600 watts right there. Now I got a desk fan. Let me see if it's plugged up here. Oh, man, that's cool. Let's see here. Don't spill my drink here. All right, guys, I got a desk fan here. Where's my cup? There's my cup. My cup right there in the screen there. All right. So I got a desk fan here. I'm going to show you how easy it is to use these things here. And I actually, I got a USB thing too. We'll do that too. So I'll use the cord from that little power unit. I don't want to go grab my other unit. So what you do here, guys, is you push the button to make sure the unit on. And since I want to use the AC section, I push the AC button and you see it illuminates. And now I just simply plug it in, whatever device can plug in. And then I'm going to cut the fan on. Watch this. Wow. So now this is under 10 pounds. You can take this 600 watts of power and you can just take this wherever you can lift it and you have power. Now, where is that little thing? Where did that go? All right, let me see. I'm looking. I wanted to show you a USB here. I got to go grab a cord. I don't hate to get up here, but I wanted to show you here. Actually, I might have one right here. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Look at there. That saved me a trip. All right. Yeah, that saved me a trip. So now this one is a USB-C to a USB-A. So I'm going to plug it in to the USB-A here. That means I need to cut the DC section on. You just push the button. And now I'm going to take my cell phone, which always needs a charge, and then just plug it in. Watch. You probably will see something on the screen. Let me see. I'll cut it off. Now watch this. I'm going to plug it in at the bottom. There you go. Did you see that 49 flash? That means it's charging. And it's charging really good right there. You can see where it's charging my phone. So there you go. So that's how these things work. All right, we got a new follower, and you know what that means. Here we go. Thank you, Precious, for following us. These portable power stations are awesome. I'm telling you, I love them. Our power went out a few months ago. I don't know why it went out. I don't know what the problem was. It looked like it was just a windstorm, and the power went out, knocked the power out for 17 hours. But I wasn't worried. We had our Blue Yetis. I actually still worked from home. I was using my phone as a hotspot, had my phone plugged into the Blue Yetis, and then I had a light on. It was that was a crazy day. It was really cool. And then when it got dark, my neighbors wondered why I still had light, because I had a Blue Yetis, and I got a whole bunch of them. So I'm going to cut this fan off here. So that's the way that works. That is the Elite 30 V2. Guys, that thing is really, really nice. And I just did something right there. So I'm going to cut this off. You see it off. You see it says off. I'm going to move this one back over here. So we only got a few more to go. Man, I tell you, we got, let me see here, 2 more to go. We have 2 more units to go, and I'm going to let you go. Here, what time is it here? Wow, I've been screaming for 38 minutes here. Precious, thank you for joining our Computer Pile crew. Since Precious just joined, I wanted to go back and show her this deal that we got. Precious, this is the star of the show today. This is a USB power station where you can charge up 8 USB devices, and it's on sale for $18.99. Well, actually, the sale is $37, but with this promo code P8WL3A59, you can get this unit for $18.99. Now, this promo code will only work for the black one. So, guys, make sure you take advantage of that and share it with other people. I mean, I know people need power, to charge your devices, and this thing is really nice. So, our next unit we're going to talk about, we just talked about 2 600 watts. That was the EB3A, which came with a light and a wireless charger. That's nice. This one is 600 watt, but it doesn't have a light or a wireless charger, but it's newer and it's smaller. So you got to give up some things. I don't know which one I would go with here. I'll be honest with you. That's why I wanted to show them both to you. I don't know which one to go with. We're going to go with our next unit here, which is 700 watts. We're stepping it up. We're going to 700 watts. Now, let me get to that one. Is it this guy? Let's see. Okay, here we go. All right, that's this guy. So let me move these guys. Let me move this guy. I'm going to move this guy because we're talking about this guy right now, the EB. Why do I keep saying EB? This is the AC50B. It is 700 watts of power. So there is no difference other than the weight on this thing. This thing is a little bit heavier. Let me get the weight on this and let you see the weight on this. Okay, here we go. So it's showing, if you're a Prime member, it's $279. They say a normal price $399. Wow. So I'm going to click on it. All right, there we go. You can see there it fast charges 80% in 45 minutes. That's nice. Let's see how heavy this thing is. It's 14 pounds. Let's say 15. Let's call it 15. All right, so it's 15. And then I'm going to show it to you here. Let's see how puny my little arms are. Oh, that one's giving me a workout. That one gives me a workout. So this is 700 watts. Do you see 700 watts there? And there's your AC. And there's your AC input. And then there's your grounding screw. Guys, this works as a great UPS to plug your computer into your main computer and your monitor. Set this on your desk, under your desk. So if your power ever goes out, boom, you're ready. Your computer will stay up. You won't lose work. And whenever you're ready, you can just grab this and use it as extra power. So around the side, there's nothing on the back. And then there's your feet there. Let's go ahead and do our little fan test since we got this guy. I'm going to cut it on. There we go. Where's my handy dandy desk fan? We're in the winter, so I don't use this now. So look at that. Look at that display, man. You can't see it. It's not as clear there on the screen. But I'm going to plug this up. Turn my AC section on. And then, that's what happened. My cover or the fan fell off. Where is that at? Come on. Where is that? Well, actually, this is a better demo. Anyway, you can see it. You can see all my dust, unfortunately. But watch this. There's the little fan cut on. There we go. Anybody ever like to get in the fan and say, oh, let's see. I'm going to cut it up. Oh, it's got me. All right. There you go. I'm having too much fun there. So I'm going to cut that off. But that's how that works, guys. You just plug it in. Wherever you can lift this guy at, you have power. Now, let me tell you what we do around here. You know, we do video. You can see we're doing a broadcast right now. Over there, we have a standing desk that adjusts, and we move it around. So what we do, instead of using extension cords, guess what we use? We use our Blue Yeti station and plug stuff in there. We plug our lights. We plug in our camera, and we plug in, what else we plug in? Lights, camera, and there's one other thing that we plug in there. I know it's 3 things. I forget what it is. But this thing is so nice. I mean, so a lot of people that do photography, DJing, things like that, they get these units because they, always looking for extension cord. I remember I went to an event. The guy says, "Where's your extension cord?" For one, you're the professional. You should have your own extension cord. But really, what he really should have had was his Blue Yeti station, and it should have been charged up, ready to roll. All right. So guys, that is our EB. Why do I keep saying EB? Is AC50B, 700 watts of power. I got to find the cover to this, but it actually looked good that it's not there. I might have to remember that for next time. Remember, a lot of stuff by accident really helped you. That actually really was cool that it did. What is this? Something popped up on the screen here, and I don't know how to get it. Okay, there it is. It disappeared. All right, so our last unit that we're going to talk about is the big guy. Oh, my goodness, yeah. Let me see here. I'm going to cut this unit off. You just hold down the button, and you see off there. So our next unit is the Elite 100. Saving the best for last, that could be what we say. Now, before I pull this guy up here, let's do this. I'm going to highlight it in the carousel. This is the Elite 100. Is anybody still with me in the chat? Just say hello if you're still there. The Elite 100. I'm trying to get to it in the carousel to highlight it. Can somebody just type something in the chat to let me know that you're there? Thank you, Noodles. Noodles, thank you so much. And oh my goodness. Okay, there it is. I got it. There it is. I just highlighted it in the carousel. So I'm going to close these windows here. And there it is right there, guys. It is $419. Now, let me tell you why that's a great deal. Look at there. This thing is 1,800 watts of power. So we've talked about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units so far. This one unit, whoa, boy, that boy's heavy. We're going to have to see what he's talking about here. This one unit will handle all of those units. So this one unit right here, let me see. I'm going to see if I can turn it around. This one unit right here, the Elite 100, is 1,800 watts of power. So it will take care of this one, this one, this one, and that one. So now that was 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because remember, 2 of them was 600 watts. But I'm talking about only one of those 600 watts. So if we add up 200, 300, 600, and 700, we get 1,800. And this one unit, wow. Can somebody put wow? Will handle all of those. So this one unit. Now, let's see how heavy this guy is. I think this is about 25 pounds, I think. Let's see if I'm right. There it is. I remembered something. It's 25 pounds. But man, this thing is really, really nice. Let me just look at it live here. Wow, what number comes after 6? 7? Why is that was important? Tell me, why was that important? All right, but look here, we're going to cut the unit on. There we go. I got 80% here. Tells you all the input, output. Hold Over here, we have our DC input. This is where we charge it up using our solar panel. We have our DC output here. Also, 12-volt connectors here. So that's really cool. You got 2 connectors right there. Then you got 4 DC outputs here. You got 2 USB-Cs, one 140 watts, and then one 100 watt. Those are some powerful USB-Cs there. And then you have, of course, your 2 USB-As at 15 watts each. Now look at here. This is the first time we saw this. We have 4. Can you say 4 AC outputs? Now this guy will handle your refrigerator, your microwave. We're getting up into bigger appliances now with 1,800 watts of power. Now, I ain't going to be able to lift this one up with one hand. You got to have 2 hands with this guy. Now, if you're a lady, you probably can't lift 25 pounds. You might want to get some help there. But because that's when you start getting up there, that's getting up there. But 1,800 watts of power, guys. I want you to think about how much power that is. That will power. Matter of fact, let's look at what this thing says here at some of its use cases. Here we go. Let's look at it. It says tiny yet tough. Oh, wow. Look at this thing here. So it says, like, if you got a lamp, 51.8 hours. That's about, let's see, is that at least 2 days? If your power's out for 2 days, let me see, it's 24 hours a day. Let me see. Yeah, that's right. So so at least 2 days you could have your light. You can have some light. If you have a 15-watt speaker, see, like I say, a lot of these people that do DJing, photography, they buy these things. This is really, I mean, just think about it. Having power wherever you go, that's unreal. Look, your ice maker. I don't know why you want to power your ice maker, but they give that in as a use case. Your hair dryer. Now that hair dryer, look, the hair dryer is pulling 1,300 watts. It's going to last just over a half an hour. So, man, so look at there. Yeah, those dryers really handle a lot of power. So look at there, guys. It is 1,800 watts. And look, it has a 3,600 surge protect capacity. Really good. It says good for camping, outages, UPS. Really good for UPS. I'm telling you, just really good to set under your desk or on your desk to power your computer so it won't lose power. So look, so cut it on. Everything's the same there. I'll show you the sides. So right here, look at here, man. Look, you can see those are the fans. Those fans are blowing. This is your AC input. That's where you use to charge it up. You have your circuit breaker, your grounding screw. There's nothing in the back. We're coming around the corner. There you go. And then you have your little feet at the bottom. And we're there. There you go. Let's do our little fan test. We've been doing that. All right. This is our last product here. I'm so happy. I'm going to get ready for bed here. Let's see here. I'm going to put that down. Basically, I'm cutting the unit on. And then I turn the section on, which is the AC. I got 4 of these guys. Which one should I plug it in? All right. So I'm going to plug it in there. Now I'm going to cut it on. We have power. Let me see. I'm going to pump it up. Pump it up. Pump it up. Why is that making that sound? Oh, there you go. It was shaking on it. Look at there. Oh, man, that boy is pumping. Look, it's pulling out 12 watts of power. When I put it on high, it's pulling out. I'm going to put it on low. Watch this. It probably go down to nothing when I do that. Let's see. See, it went down to 0. That unit said, this unit said, hey, you ain't even bothering me on a low setting. But look, when you pump this booger up to high, watch this. Now he's drawing some power. Look at there. He's going up. Look at there. Now he's going to 11. Oh, that is so cool. All right, now it's at 12. All right, I'll go ahead and cut that off there. But really good, guys. These units are awesome. So those are all the power units that I was going to show you live. I do have two other ones that's under the desk, but I'm going to tell you they are huge. I'm not going to lift those up today. Let me see here. I'm going to show them to you, and I'll tell you what I like about them here. Yeah, I'm going to save that one for last. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and look at that one then. This one is the AC 200L. Well, no, I know the Elite 200. Let's take a look at the Elite 200 first. So remember, we had the Elite 100. Now here's the Elite 200. Now this is 2,600 watts of power. So man, we're stepping it up. Now this is $799. You're serious when you're getting into this level, because it's going to really handle your like I say, your big units like your refrigerator and all types of stuff. Here's some use cases that it gives there: griddle, kettle, your fans, your laptops. So let's see how big, heavy this guy is. This guy, I know he's got to be about 50 something pounds here. Let's see. Okay, right here to be right here. Oh wow, 53.35. See, you can't lift this one by yourself. You're going to need some help to lift this guy. But this is serious power right here when you're dealing with this guy. Like I say, it'll do your refrigerators, your microwaves, things like that. But this is the Elite 200 V2. So it's 2,600 watts of power. Really nice. Let me just show you the display of it right here. Looks just like the other ones. I mean, matter of fact, it looks like the Elite 100. Only difference, yeah, I got the Elite 100 right there. You can see it looks very similar. Only thing different is the wattage there. The wattage there, and it doesn't have the DC outputs there, like the little smiley face on the 100. But that's it right there. So that's $799. Take a look at that one. And this other one here, and I really like this one here. I wanted to show this one. Two more really quick. And I have these two under the desk. I have the Elite 200 under the desk, and I have this next one I'm about to show you under there. So I do have these on hand, but did not want to lift these guys tonight. Now, this is the AC 200L. Oh my goodness. Wow. This one is really nice. Why? Because all of the units that we talked about today are not expandable. What does that mean? You get what you get. If it's 200 watts, you get 200 watts. 600 watts, you get 600 watts. Well, this AC2L has expandable battery. As you can see here, it's expand up to 8192 watts per hour. Now, without the expansion, it's 2,400 watts. Can you say, wow, that's a lot right there. But if you want to expand this, so I always like to get something that I can upgrade. And that's what that unit gives you. I have it under the desk. Absolutely love it. But this guy is a huge one. Now, I think this one's about 60 something pounds. Let's take a look at this one. Yeah, I know this one. All right, here it is. 61.4 pounds. So this guy's a big one. Now, let me show you right here on the side. This is where you have the expansion battery right there. You have a cable that you connect to it, and you have the expansion battery where you can pump it up and take it up to those other sizes there. And look, they got them down here showing you how that works. There it is. We got a video there. Look at there. We got a video. All right. We are here with some portable power. This is a powerhouse. This is the AC 200L. It is touting 2,400 watts of power. It comes with 4 AC outputs and also an RV port that you do not have to use. But it's really nice if you have an RV where you can plug your RV into this without any problem. One thing about this unit, it has covers on all of the outputs or inputs right there, as you can see. Right there, these covers, really nice. I'll cut it on here. You'll see that it has a beautiful display. It charges very quickly. Just a great unit. This is really good for powering those bigger appliances. Now, this one is around about 60 so pounds, so it is not light, but you have two handles here. We always recommend over 50. You probably have about over 50 pounds. You have about 2 people help you lift this. So, but a great unit all around. There's nothing in the back. You have your ports here on the side. Let me show you. This is one thing I like about this unit. And when you're looking at a unit to decide, you have to figure out the application. Now with this unit, the AC200L, what this does, it expands. So you can add a BK300 to this and keep stacking and adding these up. And this is where you see the expandability right here. This is where you put the expansion battery to give it more power. So if you have those bigger units that you need to power, you can do that. So you can just screw those off. You can see that. So the AC2L is really great for expandability. So make sure whenever you're getting a power unit, make sure you understand the application. The AC2L from Blue Yeti. Wow, that was good. I forgot I did that video. I told you I had that unit. And as you can see, I was struggling with that guy on that table. Yeah, like I say, with 65 pounds, you know, you need 2 people. I'm just going to be honest. And like I say, I don't drag that one out. Yeah, I just thought of something. I don't have to drag it out anymore. I'm going to use that video. That video was pretty good. But that is a great unit, guys. As I said, it's expandable. But remember, each unit have their different applications. You know, if you're going to be dragging that one along, you got to think about that one. But these portable ones that we talked about, even up to this Elite 100, it's only 25 pounds. That's not too bad. And you can, wherever you take these things, you have power. It's that simple. So I think I just want to show you this code one more time. I'm going to highlight this super deal that we got going on today. It's a USB charging block station that you can get it for $18.99. Guys, there it is right there. It is a huge sale. Right now it's on sale for $37.99, but you know me, we have a promo code. We work with these sellers and they give me promo codes. I actually have another one. We'll be doing that one probably tomorrow, I think. And we'll do this one again as well. But it's P8WL3A59. Guys, take this and tell a friend. Take that and tell a friend. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me. It has been a pleasure. Before I leave, are there any questions before I go? Any questions before I go? I see S&K Preemie Love put power. I see Noodles in the chat. We had a new follower, Precious. I saw Icy earlier. So, guys, that's going to do it for us. If there's no questions, we're going to bid you adieu and hope that you have a great night. And as we always say before we leave, and we mean it, remember to love God and love one another.
Simply the best, better than all the rest. Computer power.